Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Lizzie Golub with Live by the Sea, and I love to get creative. I have here a new Loklik cutter. I just got it. I ordered it off of a crowdsourcing website a few months ago, and it just came in. So let's get started. First, it's very easy to open. Excuse me. It comes in this beautiful blue color, or I had a choice of white. So of course I chose a beautiful blue. I live near the beach. This reminds me of the ocean. To open it, pull the red tab, pops open. I love this compartment right here to store materials. In here I have my cutting blades. It came with 4 blades. 2 of the 60-degree blades are blue in tip, and 2 of the 45-degree blades. I've already installed a 45-degree blade right here. I'm going to show you the housing. So it comes with 2 housing tools. One is for your pens and markers. You would pop that right in there, pop it in here, and do your writing. This is your knife housing. Very easy to change out. You hit the plunger, it pushes down, pull it out. You want to put it in, push the plunger, and it magnetizes right into there. Alrighty, so that's how you get your machine set up. It came with a little instruction booklet with how to download the application and your button controls. So, a special side note, it did not tell you how to power on the machine. When I got the machine, I looked at the buttons. I'm like, okay, here's your power, here's your pause, load, unload, and play. Hit the power, nothing happened. Got a little nervous. I was like, I hope my machine's not broke already. So I figured it out. You have to hit and hold your power button to get it to turn on for about 3 to 5 seconds. And it lights up. But obviously I have no power right now. I have to connect my power cord. It came with a very nice and simple power cord. Only 1 cord for this. And it plugs in all the way at the bottom on the right side. Took me a second to find that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my power. Give me a second to do that. And we're going to get started with this machine. I'm going to show you how to use the application. The next thing it came with is a cord, USB on one side to connect into your computer or your laptop, and this side to connect into the machine. So we're going to put this right in here. Put it the right way. This goes next to the power cord right there, and then I'm going to connect it to my computer, and we'll be able to run the application. It does say it will connect through Bluetooth through your phone. There is no app right now for iPhone, which is what I have, so I'm using my laptop. So let's power this baby on. Hold it for about 3 seconds. It powers on, goes through initializing steps. So it's going to initialize. And I'm going to make sure your area is free of dirt. I do have cats. Sometimes cat hair does get in the machine. I usually keep a bottle of air to spray it. And I'm going to put this to the side this way so that I can load my cutting mat and go across my table. Now I'm going to show you the application. So I have it already installed on my laptop. It's very easy to install. It has a Windows or a Apple download, and it's going to pop up with your screen of a grid. Excuse me. Now the first thing you'll notice is the grid is in millimeters. That's the first thing I want to change when I come. you will see millimeters at the top left corner. If you right click on that with both fingers, you'll be able to change to inches, and it automatically goes. My screen is showing the mat really big, so I want to zoom in on that. In the top right corner are your zoom controls, so I'm going to zoom in. The next thing you're going to wonder is how to import a design. In the top left corner is your import button. It looks like a door with an arrow, and I'm going to import a design and show you how it comes on my screen. It brought it in as a 4x4 inch. This design is going to be made into a stencil for screen printing. So I'm going to left click it 2 times, and it brings up this transform window. That's where I can change the position on the X and Y axes, and I can also change the size. So I'll show you how I do that. There we go. So you can see the size right now is about 3x9. You can lock your aspect ratio, put it 11x11. Excuse me. Also the positioning, since it is a stencil, I want to leave room around it. So I'm going to do 0.5x1, hit enter. You'll see on the screen, it brings it all the way at the bottom of this 12-inch mat. I want to make my mat size bigger so that there will be room. So what I'm going to do now, and also you want to make sure the black arrow up at the top is selected. That's your selection tool. This is your pass. This is your selecting. So I'm going to click here and go to add task. In add task, you'll see everything that it wants to cut, and then you'll see your device setup. It has already set up with my Loklik crafter right here. If you need to, you can select your crafter and hit USB, and it will connect. Then it shows you your cutting mat size. Right now it's set for 12x12. I'm going to make it 12x24. You'll see what material you want to select. Excuse me. I am going to use HTV heat transfer vinyl. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select PU HTV. Custom is going to be 12x24 inch, not 12x12. And it automatically, with HTV wrought materials, sets your force, your speed, and your number of passes. You don't need to change that. If you're using other materials, you need to go and find your force and your speed recommendations. So now I do not want to mirror this. I want to leave it alone since it's a stencil. And I want to just double check that it's on the mat where I want it. I'm going to bring it right down to about 1.5 inches from the start to here. And let's see, I think that's where I'll be able to do it. I'm going to hit cancel and see if I can get this lined up correctly. Okay, so I'm going to right click or left click, double tap again to bring up my properties and make sure my transform position is correct. 0.5, and yeah, so I'm going to go with 1.5 inches down. 0.5, we'll center it in the middle. Now I'm ready to cut. So you go up on the right top, it's a blue button, hit add task, and it's going to show you everything already selected that I just did. 12x24 inch mat, the material, the size, and we're ready to cut. So at the bottom of the screen you will see your blue cut. You hit cut, and it's going to load everything here in your screen what you want to cut, and that's when you hit start. first, obviously, I need to put material on my mat and load the mat into the machine. So let's get started with that. And I'm getting a sip of water real quick. Thank you for being patient. Okay. Move the computer to the side. This is HTV Ront. You can use whatever material you want for a stencil. You can use scrap stuff, but this is HTV Ront in red, heat transfer vinyl. And I'm going to just cut it the 12 by 24 size to get it on my 12 by 24 mat. And I'll cut the extra off later. So line it up with my mat. And it can go about 20 inches because the design's only going to be about 14 inches. So that's fine if we go over. I like to leave a little bit of extra at the bottom of my stencils. Remove your film off of your mat to reveal your sticky mat here. This one's still pretty decent sticky, might need to clean it later. Now, when you load your mat, you're going to have a shiny side. That's your protective cover. This shiny side goes mat down. Then this is actually your material. That's why when you do heat transfer vinyl, you usually mirror it. So it will mirror the image, and when you lay it on your shirt, it will go like this. But since I'm making a screen, I do not need to mirror it. I'm making a screen print screen with heat transfer vinyl. Line it up with your mat. That's going a little crooked. Sometimes it takes a couple tries to get it lined up correctly. Let's see. I like to put it in one corner all the way on one side. Push that down. And then get it all the way to the other. And just rub it down. Okay. Time to load. So let's get to the machine here. I'm going to show you how to load. You're going to put it in right like this. And you can hit the load button. The up and down arrow. You want to make sure your material is all the way down at the top. No coming off. Load it on. Then you're ready. You have to go to your computer and tell it to start. And it's going to start cutting. So you'll see a blue start button. I hit start, and that's when the tool is going to do its work. So let's go ahead, see it cut, how fast it goes. And it will tell you your duration on your computer screen as well, how long it takes. It tells you your progress, all of that. I'm going to move it back on the table a little bit, but it's okay if it's hanging off the table. It is very quiet. I can barely hear this. And it's cutting pretty fast. So you'll see the cutter moving up and down. And it will be interesting to do a comparison with my other cutter. Probably next week I'll cut the same design side by side to see who goes the fastest. We'll have a contest. I do not own any rights to the music station or music playing in the background. I just like to work with music. I mean, you can barely hear this machine going, and my other machine is very loud. So I'm pretty happy so far that this is quiet. I'm gonna try to put this down here. If your material is not sticking, you can always tape it. Sometimes I do that. I'm gonna get a little tool.